Nakuru County have been arrested following a deadly altercation that resulted in the death of one student. The incident occurred on Sunday when violent fight broke out among the candidates, leading to the fatal stabbing of 18-year-old Vincent Ngugi by one of his fellow students. The arrested students are now in police custody at Gilgil Police Station, where they will continue to sit for the exams under heavy security. Dr. Kcse, the Principal Secretary in the Ministry of Education, confirmed the arrest and assured the public that the affected students will be allowed to complete their exams under supervisions of law enforcement officers. Dr. Kcse, who was overseeing the distribution of Kcse exams in Nakuru East region, expressed his condolences to the family of the deceased and assured that the Ministry of Education is committed to maintaining a peaceful and safe environment for all students during the national exams.
And we've been given assurance by our security teams, our investigative arm, that they have done adequate check. They have apprehended the person who is suspected to have been the one who caused the harm and fatally injured the other student. But this morning, the candidate will do their exam from wherever they are. And thereafter, we shall conclude the process. And I'm sure they will be taken to court in the course of time, maybe even as early as today.
It's also good to report that the students who are involved in those fracas that was on Saturday night, there were 3 boys, and the one that did the stabbing, all of them have been arrested. We are also managing so that they also, however much we've arrested them, we also make sure that they do their exams also as the legal system takes.
Is that there was a group that was suspecting that a certain group broke their box, and there are some things that were missing. So this group went to the other cube. There was cube number 27 in the aim of trying to revenge of what happened to their boxes, and that's where the fight started. So they started fighting at night. I was in my office. I was called and I ran away. I ran very fast to the incident where it was taking place. But by the time I was reaching in the dorm, they had already left in the dorm. Now the fight was taking place outside the dormitory. And that's where one of our students by the name Vincent Ngugi Moshiri, index number 29, was stabbed at the stomach. And it was very bad because even the intestines were able to come out of the stomach. And the other one by the name Oscar Otieno was stabbed on his right thigh. But for him, he was stitched 8 stitches, and as we speak, he's in school. He's at our sick bay. We have informed parents via phone call. Some even we informed them yesterday at night. So those who are willing or those who are coming, they are coming. I'll come to my office. Then I'm able to explain to them what really happened. Yeah, but the parent for the deceased, we called him, but he was very much crying. So we are not sure whether he's coming or not. But we have told him if it's possible, please let him try and come to school.
Niko na uchungu sana. Niko na uchungu hata nimelia usiku yote kwa ajili ya huyu mtoto. Nikijiuliza, msasi, wewe umesomesa mtoto kuanzia form 1 mpaka form 4. Una expect uende kuchuna matunda. Halafu all of a sudden mtoto wako unasikia unapigiwa simu unaambiwa mtoto amekufa. Sasa kitu tu ni maombi, tuombe hao wenye wako hapa ndani. Hata sina la kuongea. Tuombe tu watoto venye wataanza mtihani, teacher waone venye wataweka security, wachunge watoto vizuri hadi siku yenye watamaliza mtihani.
Well, moving on, police are investigating a series of violent attacks that led to the deaths of 5 people in Samburu and Isiolo counties on Sunday night. The attacks believed to be linked to cattle rustling occurred in 3 separate locations, with the assailants fleeing with the livestock before being confronted by security forces. According to Deputy Inspector General of Police Gilbert Masengeli, the incidents took place in Bojidera, Isiolo County, and Olabule, Samburu County, and were part of a broader wave of cattle theft in the region. 2 people were killed in the Bojidera attack, while 3 others were murdered near the Ewaso River in Samburu. The assailants reportedly stole livestock during the raids, leaving behind a trail of destruction. Security forces launched an operation to recover the stolen cattle, successfully returning 560 head of livestock on their rightful owners. Some of the attackers who sustained injuries during the confrontation with the security personnel managed to flee with additional stolen livestock, though they were unable to escape with all of their loot.
I am here. I've been to the area in order to coordinate the operation that is ongoing with the officers who are already on the ground to ensure that normalcy is returned. Here with me is the regional police commander, who will live here also to coordinate in coordination with the county security team to ensure that all those herds that were stolen were recovered. Also, I appeal to the members of the public and those affected to remain calm. The government, we are doing our level best to ensure that we recover those animals, and also those culprits who have done the heinous act be brought into book.
Moving on, the leadership of Redeemed Gospel Church in Ibiritini, Jomvu Sub-County, Mombasa County, is seeking justice after they were evicted earlier this week from their church building by a private developer who claims ownership of the land they have occupied. The incident, which has left the congregation without a place of worship, has sparked outrage among church leaders and the local community. Reverend Cyrus Kazungu, the church pastor, and Deacon Isaac Achondo addressed the media outside their makeshift church, where they held a service following the eviction. The 2 leaders condemned the actions of the developer, saying that hired goons forcibly removed their belongings from the church premises despite an existing status quo. As the matter was still pending in courts, the case is set to be heard again on 21st November. Reverend Kazungu, however, described the incident as both unlawful and heartbreaking, noting that the church had been in a legal dispute over the ownership of the land, which spans 1 acre. The church leadership had expected the court to provide a fair resolution, but they were shocked when they were evicted before the scheduled hearing.
What we witnessed here on Monday should not happen in a school institution, in a church, or in a mosque. We cannot come, because of disputes we have over land, to evict people so mercilessly armed. We are not a people of war. We preach the gospel of peace, and this gospel is unstoppable. We shall preach it until Jesus Christ comes. So we have to acknowledge this. We are asking the National Land Commission, if this thing was a scheme and surveys were done, what made the overall survey to stop? Who compromised the process? And how did this one person now become the overall owner of the entire land that was schemed to help squatters? The church is here to serve a variety of population, including those squatters who are meant to stay there. We are very much concerned. Further to it, the way things were carried out of this place, we didn't chuck out our own properties from the church ourselves. In my hands here is a pre-judgment that happened and was addressed to us. And if the judiciary is real, the last part that caught our attention was the last part of this article I'm carrying, that there be an order of status quo to be maintained until 29th of October 2024. The situation remains as it was prior to the delivery of the judgment dated 5th October 2021. However, these orders shall be subject of review on the 29th of October. When we addressed this with our lawyer, he went back to the courts. And on Thursday last week, before we saw what we saw this week, we heard this from the judiciary. This one is from the judiciary, from the law courts of Kenya. And we were being told that this case is coming up for mention on 21st of this month. So if this matter is coming up for mention on 21st of this month, and there was a hearing on 5th of this month, how comes we were evicted from this place on 4th? And the court says there should be status quo until this matter is addressed. We feel as a church tunachezwa, and the government should arise to address this. A Christian in this land cannot invade a mosque and take things out of that place. Tusinyanyaswe na tutanyamaza until this matter is addressed.
Wakati surveyors walikuja ili kusurvey kwa scheme ya Miritini squatter settlement scheme, walifanya survey mpaka wakafika kwa jirani pale. Hapo kwa jirani wakapeana title, wakasurvey, wakataka kuenda, wakasema huko kwingine utakuja kumalizia. Kwa hivyo sisi kwa sababu ndio wanafanya, tukamwambia sawa, tuwasubiri. So walivyoenda wakaenda kabisa. So walivyoenda kabisa ndio tukapata huyu bwana sasa akitokea kwamba anadai ni kwake. Sisi tukangojea kwamba tunakuja kufanyiwa survey, baadaye tunaambiwa kuna title iko pale. So ilikuwa kitu kigumu ambacho hakieleweki. Yule anaweza kuelewa hili jambo kwa undani ni watu wa lands katika wakati ule, yule ofisa wa lands wa coast wa hapa Mombasa. Anaweza kuelewa, anaelewa kile alichofanya hapa kwa hii shamba. Na mimi nilienda kule juu nikafanya search, hakukuwa na survey yoyote imefanywa wakati shamba. Lakini baada ya muda naona lot 2400 imeanza hapa mpaka mwisho imefinika na watu. Sasa wale skimu ilipokuja ilikuwa natoa hilo wazo kwamba walipimiwa wakapewa title wale marafiki zetu. Na hiyo title ambayo iko kwa marafiki iko kwa hii shamba hii namba 2400. Hapo 2400 na hii ina title na hii pia ina title.
Well, moving on, conservationists and tourism stakeholders in Malindi have united to launch ecotourism sustainability initiatives aimed at positioning the coastal towns as a green and clean tourist destination. The effort is focused on keeping Malindi's beaches and streets free from plastic waste, addressing environmental challenges posed by pollution. The Progress Welfare Association of Malindi PWAM is spearheading the campaign, advocating for proper waste management and segregation. Raina, chairperson of PWAM, addressed that the association's ultimate goal is to secure an eco certification for Malindi town, ensuring long-term environmental sustainability.
You know, we are going at the moment through a rebranding. Before, we used to have 3 different hotels, which is Dreams of Africa, Tropical Village, and so on. Now we have merged all this into one beautiful place called Diamonds Malindi. And today I was very happy to join with my team in our beach cleanup activity together with the local community here in Malindi. A beautiful place where we get a lot of tourists to come. And of course our commitment in sustainability and caring about our environment includes very much to have our beaches cleaned and tidy. So it was very nice to see today more than 100 people showed up to join us, including our guests and our team members, local community organizations, to clean up the beach, not only for the tourists but for ourselves. So we are we see very promising numbers in the bookings, and we look forward to promote Malindi as such to the whole world. And especially for Europe, for our guests to come, and for a good future for all of us and for the community to have a good profit. Apart from our international guests, we are also very keen in inviting our local East African residents to come and visit Malindi. There is daily flights from Nairobi coming, and we have put in market strategies to attract our local residents to come and visit Malindi, and especially to come to our hotel, Diamonds Malindi.
As we work together, we are going to achieve what we want to achieve. The marine protected area impacts both government and the community. It's a resource which benefits both the community and the government. As hoteliers are around here, it's because of the marine protected area which is here as an attraction, and our community people are able to get employment. And it's through this resource that we are also having other groups who do ecotourism activities within this area. So
my mom is a Kenyan citizen. I come to Kenya since I'm a small kid. So I know Malindi since at least 30 years, and I love this place. I feel home here. I'm also a fashion designer, and I founded 2 years ago a sustainable fashion brand, Noor Tribe. We believe in heritage, community empowerment, and sustainability. Some of my products are made of recycled plastic or more life to materials, etc., etc. And you know, you've got such a beautiful beach that it's really a crime not to keep it clean. You know, it's important for tourism. It's important for so many levels. So I'm very happy to participate in this.
We are going to join hands to clean the beach from here to your foot.
Well, moving on, farmers in Embu County have a reason to be optimistic following a recent visit by delegates from Djibouti, one of the largest consumers of the stimulant, to explore the possibility of directly importing muguka from Kenya. The delegates, along with officials from the Agricultural and Food Authority, visited the Dalviana muguka farm in Runyenjes to inspect farming practices and assess the potential for a direct export deal. Kcse Simba, the proprietor of Dalvinia Muguka Farm, demonstrated the meticulous process involved in harvesting and packing of the crop. The visit has seen a significant step towards establishing a more reliable and profitable market for Kenyan Muguka, which has been facing uncertainty in the local market after coastal counties pushed for a ban on the crop. Direct export to Djibouti, if approved, could provide a much-needed boost to muguka farmers and traders, especially in the wake of these market challenges. Runyenje MP Eric Muchangi, who accompanied the delegation, emphasized the potential economic benefits for local farmers.
We have received visitors from Djibouti who are so much interested in muguka. And we want to assure them that here we observe very high of hygiene and they will like it. It means if we get this market from Djibouti, it is a way of expanding our market and our farmers will benefit more.
We came together with AFA team that is led by Dr. Mideka, so that at least these people from Djibouti can have a look at what exactly we do. We have been to mango farms, we have been to avocado farms, and finally, and lastly, we are here at muguka farms because they are consumers of all these. They are consumers of muguka, avocado, and the rest. And you see, they have been getting these fruits not directly from this country, but through other countries that import from us.
Wanabiashara kutoka Djibouti ambao wamezunguka hii eneo letu wakiangalia mumea muguka, wakiweza kuona kama inawezekana kufanya hiyo biashara, kupata muguka kutoka hapa kwetu, hapa Embu County na kupeleka huko Djibouti. Hii ni nafasi ambayo inaweza kuwa jema kwa wakulima wote wa muguka. Tunajua kuna changamoto kidogo ambayo imepatikana pale Mombasa, lakini rais wetu na viongozi wote tulishikana na tukatatua yale ambayo ilikuwa inatokea. Lakini kama vile zizi zote tunajua, tukipata soko ingine katika inji ya kigeni ama inji ambayo tunakaribiana nayo, itakuwa ni kitu ya muhimu na ni kitu ambayo utafurahia. Ndio maana hawa wafanyabiashara kupitia Agricultural Food Authority wameletwa hapa, wametoka Meru wakakuja Embu County kuangalia kama miraa na muguka inaweza nunuliwa hapa na tuende tukaiuze pale Djibouti.
Moving on, Kenyans have been called upon to embrace the culture of giving back to the society and helping the less privileged as a means of addressing the growing economic challenges faced by many across the country. Speaking at the launch of Kutus Rotary Club in Kirinyaga County, Rotary Club District Governor Dr. Joe Kamau urged citizens to share even the little they have with those in need, including orphans, destitutes, and other vulnerable groups who are struggling due to harsh economic conditions. Dr. Kamau, who oversees Rotary Club District, which includes Kenya, Ethiopia, Eritrea, and South Sudan, emphasized the importance of supporting charitable organizations. The launch event also saw the installation of Samuel Mushiri as the new president of the Kutus Rotary Club. In his address, Mushiri highlighted the club's commitment to both social and environmental causes. One of the club's key initiatives will focus on planting avocado trees in schools, with the proceeds from the sales of these trees earmarked for purchasing sanitary pads for school girls.
To charter a new club in our district, Rotary Club of Kutus. This is going to be our 146th club in our district. And we are very pleased for this great occasion to bring in new members. It's an international service organization. It started almost 120 years ago in the USA. And basically our goal and objective is one, to do good to our communities. We are in more than 220 countries worldwide. We are about 1.4 million members, and all of us are volunteers. We give our time, we give our resources, and we utilize our skills to do good and uplift the needy communities within where we are based in all those countries. To Kenyans is that all of us are born with a big heart. And you don't have to have a lot to give. You share the little you have and you uplift somebody. There's a great satisfaction when you do good to the people who are needy.
Today we were launching the Rotary Club of Kcse. Not only launching, we were celebrating the charter because we have been chartered. We can now form partnership with other clubs, other institutions, so that we can serve the community. And when we mean the community, the underprivileged. We normally serve with a big heart. It's not because we have so much, but see, through partnership and structured way of assisting the underprivileged, that's how we succeed worldwide.
Moving on, Nairobi Chapel has launched 150 million fund drive to establish the Logos Education Endowment Fund, a sustainable initiative aimed at supporting deserving yet financially challenged students from across all communities across Kenya. The announcement was made during the church service on Sunday, marking the beginning of the 6-month fundraising campaign. The Logos Scholarship Fund, a social justice initiative founded by Nairobi Chapel in 2008, has already supported over 1,035 students in Kenya, with 232 students currently receiving annual scholarships. The transition to an endowment fund is intended to ensure the long-term sustainability of the initiative, creating a reliable and investable asset that will continue to provide educational support to needy students for years to come. Nick Koril, Reverend at Nairobi Chapel and Senior Pastor, led the announcement of the fund drive, emphasizing the importance of creating a lasting legacy of support for students in need.
My name is Nick Korir. I have the pleasure of leading Nairobi Chapel here in Ngong Road. Nairobi Chapel in the year 2008 started a scholarship fund called the Logos Scholarship Fund to be able to help needy students be able to go through high school and to go through university. And since 2008, by then, now we're in 2024, 1,035 students have gone through the scholarship fund. So today we wanted to pause first to celebrate the amazing stories. We have over 1,000 stories of transformation that has already happened. But as a church, we want to be responsible with the mandate that God has given us. And one big concern that we have had is the financial sustainability of this fund. We've been basically collecting most of these contributions from our congregation, but we recognize this year alone we had over 100 students that are on the waiting list that we could not admit onto the fund. So we can't grow the fund beyond our capacity, but we need to extend that capacity. So we decided as a church to start something called the Logos Endowment Fund, to create a platform for financial sustainability for the Logos Scholarship Fund. The reason why we're here today is we are launching the Logos Endowment Fund to create a sustainable base for the Logos Scholarship Fund. So that's what we're here today. Now, basically, this is our target. Our target is to raise a principal value of 150 million shillings, so that from the interest, from the gains of the endowment, we can be able to pay the school fees. We want to stop consuming our seed. We want to plant that seed and be responsible to allow it to grow, to accommodate more growth, to accommodate the needs that are already there, in our bid. So that's what the Logos Endowment Fund is, a sustainable financial base that provides for growth, so that as our congregation contributes, they are contributing to the main kitty, which is the principal value. And all we're doing, the interest is what is supporting the students. So Around Africa on Motorcycle is an initiative to provide seed money for the Logos Endowment Fund. My passion is riding motorcycles, and I love the youth of Africa, and I love the continent of Africa. So what we're doing, we're connecting all these passions together, and we want to go around the continent of Africa to be able to create sensitize people on the needs of many young people that are not able to go to high school today because they do not have financial support. So Around Africa on Motorcycle is meant to raise 50 million shillings to provide seed money for the Logos Endowment Fund. That's what we're going to begin in December this year, and we'll be back in May next year. It's a 5-month trip around the continent, 40,000 kilometers, 40 countries of Africa, and be back to go to the extreme points of the continent of Africa.
And in a heartwarming and unique ceremony, 12 couples tied the knot in Marigat, Baringo County during the region's first ever mass wedding. The event held at the AIC Church Town Fellowship was designed to help couples cope with the high cost of living while still fulfilling their religious and marital vows. The mass wedding, presided over by Bishop William Kotut, drew hundreds of congregants who gathered to witness this historic occasion. For many, it was an opportunity to join in the celebration while also making a stand against the rising expenses associated with traditional weddings. Paul Tesot and Diana Gibbon, one of the couples who participated in the ceremony, explained that the high cost of living, coupled with the desire to adhere to church doctrines, led them to choose a mass wedding. Baringo South MP Charles Kamuren and Baringo Women Representative Florence Jematia were among the dignitaries present. Jematia highlighted the ongoing security challenges in the region, which have left many families struggling financially.
Leo tumekuwa na harusi ya watu family 12, na harusi hiyo imefana sana, na ni kwa sababu tuliona kwamba watu wanakuja kanisa na wanaokoka na wanaendelea, lakini walikuwa wameoa kabla ya kuja kanisa, na tukaona kwamba ili wawe complete waweze kufanya harusi. Pia harusi hii inafanya gharama iende chini, because watu wanashikana mkono, watu wengi, na wanagawa ile gharama ambayo ingekuwa ya mtu mmoja, sasa watu 12 nagawanya.
Mimi nasema, as you have, it wasn't my dream wedding, yes, maybe I was, sikuwa naona hiyo picture ya mass wedding, nilikuwa naona pia picture ya kufanya sisi wawili, but the far we've gone, the time we've lived, hiyo miaka na watoto, so nikaona wakati niambia hiyo, I had to accept, na nikakubali na roho moja. Nikasema after all tumekaa tumeishi, hakuna madoido mingi, so we had to go through. Karibu 2 months tu, hii kitu imekuja tu karibu 2 months ago, na nikaitikia nikaambia yes.
Doing a mass wedding is cheaper than going it alone. Number one, inkaa kuna kind of cost sharing in between. Then ukiangalia hii mass wedding haina maridadi mingi yenye nahusiana na harusi. Tunaweza ita ni kama harusi ya wazee, kwa sababu it's cheaper, in fact it's affordable kwa kila mtu.
Well, let's get sporty now, and Rogers Murrell and Mercy Wanjiro emerged as the winners of the second edition of the Imani 7 Fox Half Marathon, which took place on Sunday in Gitaru, Embu County. The event, which attracted athletes from across Kenya, featured competitive races in both men's and women's categories, with Murrell and Wanjiro delivering standout performances. Murrell, a 22-year-old athlete from Iten, clinched victory in the men's 10-kilometer race, completing the distance in an impressive time of 29 minutes, 24.50 seconds. He narrowly edged out Kibon Obato, who finished seconds in 29 minutes 28 seconds, and Leonard Kipkoech, who placed third with a time of 29 minutes 39 seconds. This win marked Murrell's first in a competitive race, and he expressed optimism about his future prospects eyeing national and international competitions. In the women's 10-kilometer race, Mercy Wanjiro from Ngong, who is the reigning 3,000 meters steeplechase national champion and a 2019 All-Africa Games silver medalist, took the top honor with a time of 33 minutes 49 seconds. Monica Wanjiku, a Machakos-based athlete, placed seconds in 34 minutes 14 seconds, while Mary Munanu from Embu finished third in 34 minutes 57 seconds.
Ya kwanza mimi nashukuru Mungu kwa mbali ambao umenitoa siku ya leo. Sikutarajia kufika mahala hapa, lakini leo itakuwa rahisi. Imekuwa hard course. Ngangana mpaka nimemaliza namba 2.
Si Wanjiru kutoka Ngong. Nashukuru Mungu kwa kushinda mbio ya leo. Na mbio ya leo haijakuwa mbaya sana, although weather imetulemea kidogo na course imekuwa mzuri.
Saidia Machakos, nimekuja position 2, I thank God. Na the course ilikuwa nzuri kabisa, siwezi complain, it was the best.
Jina langu naitwa Rojas Mrai. Ndio imekuwa hard kidogo lakini niliona tunajikamuka.
In a good day, we are very happy for what has happened today, and the second edition of the Iman Christian School marathon has really been successful. We had a few challenges because, as you know, the race was changed from the original date of September due to Nairobi City Marathon, which had not taken place in its right time. So this time we pushed the race to November, when the schools were closed and so forth.
Chairman Eastern Athletics Kenya. Leo tumekuwa na mashindano ya mbio za tunaita Imani 74 half marathon, lakini hatujakimbia half marathon leo. Tumekimbia kilomita 10 ya wasichana na wanaume na kilomita 5 ya wasichana na wanaume, fun race ya 2 kilometers ya watoto na wale wasiojiweza sana. Leo tumekuwa the event has gone very well, very organized, and we are happy. As a KCse, we are very happy because the officials, the learners, the coordinators wamefanya kazi nzuri sana.
Well, it is exactly 35 minutes past the top of the hour. Many thanks for keeping us company here at EBN TV. News at 1. More news will come your way at 4 p.m., 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. Do have yourself a lovely day. Enjoy the rest of your viewing. My name is Martin Masharia signing off. And as always, let's meet again when God says we do.